Sometimes your plans in life don't work out, but they can work out better than you ever expected. Kind of like with this record and this girl right here, Sade, Diamond Life. No sense of irony there in that title. You know, initially this was kind of misunderstood in 84, 85. It was kind of a snobby, yuppie record, Diamond Life. No, the title is exactly that. Sometimes life is tough and hard, but you keep polishing that turd and bam, you know what it gets you? I'll tell you what it gets you, just like it got Sade. This record came out, uh, what was it, late 84, 85? Record company didn't want it because remember at that time, they were in the shadows, big shadows of Wham, Frankie Goes to Hollywood. Even the Smiths, there's no room for laid back, chilled back soul, jazz type stuff in 1984. We need all electronic, another flock of seagulls perhaps. But no, Sade stuck it out. Good thing they did. You know why? Because that producer who sat in the booth and behind the desk and watched that girl come into the recording booth with an orange peel over her teeth, he had no idea it would do this. This record came out, like I said, late 84, 85. No one expected it. Sade became the #1 selling British debut by a female artist and held the top spot for 24 years. Did you hear me? For 24 years. The girl with the orange peel over her teeth. The girl who laid in bed and would listen to pirate radio as a kid and get blown away hearing Rod Stewart singing Maggie May. And later, hearing Timmy Thomas sing his hit, Why Can't We Live Together, that she ended up putting on her debut on the end of side 2. Yes, that young girl, Sade, would hold the #1 spot for best-selling British debut by a female artist for 24 years. Only knocked off top slot in 2007 by Leona Lewis. Now, as I said, things don't always turn out the way you plan, sometimes better. Sade initially started out studying fashion. Maybe it was those late nights as a little girl laying in her bed listening to pirate radio, kind of made her think, maybe I should put music on the back burner there, just in case. But the two intersected in 1981. Little known fact, Sade was actually hired by Spandau Ballet to do their costumes and to dress them on their US tour. She's getting close. She's getting close. At an early gig, she was walking up to the microphone, another example of what you plan to do, but life throws you a curveball. She's walking up to the microphone to sing. The stage is made of crates or something like that, pallets. Her high heel gets stuck. She can't move. She can't dance. She can't do anything but just stand there. Guess what? Life throws you a curveball, deal with it. You take that and you make that icy, cool, suave, happy accident your stage persona. Apply it to what you're doing. Bam. Sade. You know, when they recorded this album, they recorded it kind of quickly. Let me back up and say, did I say that already? At the time they were shopping this album around, they came out of a kind of jazz laid back scene that was going on in London that had bands in it like The Weeknd, not this weekend, Weekend, Animal Nightlife, Blue Rondo a la Turk, Everything But the Girl, Style Council. In fact, I think the producer worked with Style Council and Everything But the Girl. But it was taking a long shot at that time, like I said. But Paul Denman, who plays in the band, said that's exactly what the record industry needed in England in the early 80s, was a little more soul. But anyway, the record was recorded in a hurry because they had kind of pulled a coup. Sade's boyfriend worked for the Face magazine, and they put Sade up there while they're trying to hustle a record deal, put her on the cover of the magazine, and called it the face of, what was it, 1984 or 1985? I don't know, look it up. But anyway, all of a sudden, all this attention. They did a little gig, I believe it was at Heaven or one of those small clubs in London, and boom, everybody wanted in on the action. They got signed, had to jump on it. I think it was recorded in 6 weeks. And you know, the band had a weird little thing when they were recording this. Even though Sade said she was into stuff like Talking Heads, Steely Dan, can you believe it? Maybe you can hear a little bit. And YMO didn't show up on this record. But while they were recording, they only listened to jazz records because they wanted to have more of that gritty, real life, my lover left me, things is hard, kind of like the blues and jazz. They didn't want to filter with electronics and stuff coming in, affecting what they were writing and recording. And in fact, I believe it was their producer, when they finished or they were working halfway through and they were getting ready to present the big platter, he made them listen to Anita Baker because he wanted them to know how smooth and how glossy that sheen had to be, not only for England, but the world market. If you're going to hit it, you're going to hit it big. That's what this record did. Made a huge impact. Like I said, 24 years, #1 slot, best-selling British debut by a female artist until 2007. That's pretty amazing. Not only that, 2024, this year, these guys were nominated Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Don't know if I would consider that a rock and roll record, but still, that's a pretty good feat. Like I said, no one knew. Maybe her plans were different. Maybe she had other plans in life, but I'm sure she's very happy with the way things had turned out for this record. In fact, let me just say real quick, when am I going to make a living? Another little example. Maybe you know the story, maybe not. Sade actually wrote those lyrics and that idea for a song on the back of a claim ticket for the laundromat. She was riding a bus, probably on a rainy, misty day back home in London. I was thinking like, man, life kind of sucks. When am I going to get my shot? You got it, babe. Right here. Sade's debut, Diamond Life, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame nominees, best-selling British debut by a female artist. Great record, guys. Fantastic record. What do you think? Sade, Diamond Life.